The NFL draft had many twists and turns on Thursday, especially with only one quarterback being taken in the first round. However, the biggest news of the night was not really the draft, but when two veteran receivers were traded. The two receivers that were on the move were A.J. Brown of the Titans and Marquise Hollywood Brown of the Ravens. A.J. Brown was traded to the Eagles for a first and third round pick. The Titans ended up selecting wide receiver Treylon Burks from Arkansas with the pick they got from the Eagles. Philly ended up having one pick in the first round, and they selected defensive lineman Jordan Davis out of Georgia. The Titans ended up trading their best receiver because they could not afford to pay him. The Mississippi State product wanted a big contract this offseason, and Tennessee did not want to pay him what he wanted. According to sources, A.J. Brown and 49ers wide receiver Deebo Samuel were talking recently, and the two-time Pro Bowler did not believe the Titans could afford him. After he was traded to the Eagles, he was awarded a massive contract extension. Brown received a 4-year contract extension for $100 million, and $57 million was guaranteed. In his 3 seasons in Nashville, he had 185 receptions for 2,995 yards and 24 touchdowns. Brown made the Pro Bowl twice, helped the Titans make the playoffs 3 straight seasons, and win the AFC South in 2021. The Eagles now have 2 explosive wide receivers in A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. In last year's draft, the Eagles drafted 2020 Heisman winner Devontae Smith. Smith was good last season and had 64 receptions for 916 yards and 5 touchdowns. The trade shows the Eagles are confident in quarterback Jalen Hurts. Hurts will now have some great weapons to throw to next season, as he has Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and now A.J. Brown. On the other side, Marquise Brown was traded to the Cardinals along with a third-round pick, 100th overall, for a first-round pick, which was the 23rd overall pick. However, the Ravens traded with the Bills to go down to the 25th pick and then used that selection on Iowa center Tyler Linderbaum. They lost center Bradley Bozeman in the offseason, who signed with the Panthers in free agency. Hollywood Brown had requested a trade from the Ravens privately after last season ended. The Oklahoma product did not believe he was being used enough in the Ravens' run-first offense. Last season, he had his best season in his career, where he had 91 receptions for 1,008 yards and 6 touchdowns. However, last season, he did have more drop passes than touchdown catches with 7. After the trade, the 2019 league MVP Lamar Jackson was not happy and tweeted WTF on Thursday night. According to Ravens GM Eric DeCosta, he told Jackson that Brown had requested a trade and they were looking to trade the 2019 first-round pick. The trade got even crazier when, according to sources, the Ravens and Cardinals agreed to the trade before the draft even started. Lamar Jackson and Marquise Hollywood Brown are best friends and even hung out together off the field. Baltimore used their first pick, which was 14th overall, on Notre Dame safety Kyle Hamilton. For the Cardinals, they get a solid wide receiver in Hollywood Brown, who can be their number 2 receiver behind DeAndre Hopkins. However, with Hopkins' suspension, Brown will have to be the team's number 1 receiver for at least 6 games. The Cardinals lost Christian Kirk in free agency, who signed with the Jags in the offseason on a massive contract. Arizona wide receivers now consist of DeAndre Hopkins, Hollywood Brown, A.J. Green, Rondale Moore, Andy Isabella, and more. They also have 2 really good tight ends in Max Williams and brought back Zach Ertz. Their trade also reunites Brown and Kyler Murray, who were teammates at Oklahoma. When Murray won the Heisman in 2018, Marquise Brown was his number 1 receiver and had 75 receptions for 1,318 yards and 10 touchdowns. The Cardinals are hoping to pick up Brown's 5th-year option and give Murray a massive contract extension in the summer. For Baltimore, they will now need to sign a wide receiver, as they currently do not have a number 1 wideout. The 2-time Super Bowl champions did not draft a wide receiver and will still need to sign a veteran like Jarvis Landry, Julio Jones, or Odell Beckham. The Ravens receivers currently look like this: Devin Duvernay, Rashad Bateman, James Prochet, Tyron Wallace, Benjamin Victor, and Jalen Moore. We will see what the Ravens do in the summer and if they sign a wide receiver in the future.